Hello and welcome to our look at all the eye catchers from round 4 of the NAB AFL Under-18 Championships. Hi, I'm Jason Phelan from afl.com.au. I'm joined by Kevin Shifter-Sheehan, the AFL National Talent Manager,
Chase.
and Mick Ablett, the AFL Academy's Development Manager.
Chase.
Shifter, another big round of football.
Yeah, exciting times. We had all 8 teams lob in Victoria for the final 2 rounds of the competition. And so at the weekend it was round 4, played in both Geelong and up here in Melbourne. We're going to look at the winners and the losers and some of the young future stars that really caught the eye.
And Shifter, you looked at the first game. It was Vick Metro versus Vick Country. How did you see that one?
Yeah, down at Siggins Stadium, the first of the double header there. Oh, gee, they're great rivals, these two. The rivalry's been going since about 1989 when they split to become Vick Metro and Country, and there's no love lost between the two groups. And it was a great contest. 50 points apiece it was, and then the Vick Metros got away in the finish to win by 15 points. But those to catch the eye, well, look, one of the most consistent players for Vick Metro has been Tom Tomei, their small defender who pushes up through the midfield. He was exceptional once again. He reads the play so well, rebounded so often out of the defensive 50, and he ended up with 24 possessions. 9 of those were contested. He took 4 marks. And Tomei is actually the son of Paul Tomei, who played for St Kilda. He's had an excellent year for the Sandringham Dragons in the TAC Cup. In this championships, he's averaged 23 disposals, so been excellent and very consistent. And more than that, his efficiency rate at 78% has been something that really has taken our notice. He also played very well in round 2 against Tasmania. So one of the players that we really watched, Paul Tomei, for the Vick Metro. Another one that really caught the eye was a bottom age player in Josh Kelly. He's actually the son of a guy that won a couple of Sandover medals in Phil Kelly from East Perth, a fantastic player that come across to North Melbourne and played over 60 games with them. Look, he's a classy medium midfielder. His use of the ball is quite exceptional. He's got great courage. He had 19 disposals, 4 marks. He also kicked an important long goal from around the 50-metre mark on his preferred left foot. Another bottom age player that really caught the eye for the first time was Big Thomas Boyd. Well, when I say big, I mean big. The number 31 is 198 centimetres and just short of 100 kilos. He kicked 3 goals, he took 5 marks, and this youngster, just at 17 years of age, like he's about to turn 17, so he's still just 16, really was an imposing target up forward. He's had a great year in the TAC Cup for the Eastern Rangers as well. He's kicked 32 goals, 6. So he's a dead eye, and that really has put him under notice of the recruiting people. Among Vick Country's best, the one that really caught the eye was Mason Wood. It's number 19 from the Geelong Falcons, so he's playing at his home ground in the TAC Cup. He presented well on the lead. He showed terrific clean hands and great athleticism. He was really a mobile option up forward. He had 13 possessions, 7 of those were contested, and was the real spark that I think Mark Ellis would have been looking for up in their forward line. And finally for Vick Country, their tall defender, the 194 centimetre, number 32 in Tanner Smith, who played on the most dangerous tall forward in the opposition, and his one-on-one work, his spoiling, his closing speed were all features. And this guy from the North Ballarat Rebels also used the ball well on the way out too. He had 11 possessions and provided good run for the Vick Country side.
Now, those 2 boys you mentioned, Tomei and Kelly, are there any father-son implications for those boys? Yeah,
so the benchmark with this, of course, is 100 games. So Paul Tomei actually played 52 with the Saints, so bad luck the Saints. And, of course, 62 games at North Melbourne is not enough for Josh Kelly to be eligible for father-son to North Melbourne. So bad luck to the Kangaroos as well.
Bad luck to those two. Thanks for that, Shifter. Now, Mick, you had a look at the SAWA game.
Yeah, certainly did, Jace. Fantastic game of footy once again. The SA boys had their inspirational skipper back on board, and you could just tell from the outset they were hell-bent on getting their campaign up and running. So they did lose their big key forward, Ethan Gill, prior to the game. Might have been the travel. The big fella might not have got the exit seats on the plane by the sound of it on the way over, but he was out with a minor back problem there, but geez, at the end of the day, the SA class really shone through to get him over the line by 41 points against a WA side that was looking to back up after their win over there against Vick Country. Couple of guys, Jace, that really caught the eye. Now, this kid right here, he's your Rolls Royce. Number 16, James Aish. He's the son of Andrew Aish, the nephew of Michael. Whatever you do, don't forget this kid's name. He's a superstar. 25 classy disposals on the wing, 11 marks, 7 inside 50s and 5 rebound 50s. Just his decision-making and composure when he does have the footy in his hands really looks a class act, and the game tends to go into slow motion when he's got it. So he's a bottom-age kid, so not eligible for this year's draft, but as I said, whatever you do, don't forget him for next year. The other one, well, he was at it again. Number 15, Matthew Mcdonough. A little bit Stuart Dew-like, I reckon, this kid. He's good overhead, very, very smart up forward there in the way he uses his body. Deadly accurate. He was at it, kicking in the absence of Troy Menzel. Kicked 5 this week to back up his 6 from the week before. Just a very, very clever and smart performance again. Really thrown his name up there amongst the best players over these past few weeks. The third one for the SA boys, the classy, just oozes class, this kid, number 26, Sam Mays. He's a 187 centimetre smooth moving forward. Put up his crack at the goal of the championship, snapped an absolute ripper from the boundary there. 17 disposals, 2 goals, 5 clearances. Just gave us a glimpse of what he was actually capable of. He was an All-Australian as a 17-year-old last year. Finally found some form and looks set for him to finish off on Wednesday out at Etihad Stadium. For WA, this kid's had his challenges off field, but it was their number 2, Dale Garlett. Once again, I know he's been mentioned previously. Silky smooth, brilliant left footer, outside mid. He had a game high 27 possessions. Answered Sam Mays' effort with his own goal of the Championships contender from the boundary. Cracking left footer. Probably not on the favourable side for a left footer either. So he was fantastic. Just continue to find the footy and really use it very well. Broke the game open a couple of times. The other guy for WA I really liked was their number 41. He's their skipper. No nonsense. Big key defender, Nicholas Rodder. 194 centimetres, 94 kilos. Just refuses to get beaten. I haven't seen him in any game yet lower his colours. He's been fantastic. He's just a good, strong, one-on-one defender. He's had 17 possessions, 8 rebound 50, so he managed to get on the end of a few and 6 marks. He's just defiant down there, Jace. He's just a super contributor and really sets a standard for the Sandgropers.
Thanks for that, Mick. And back to you, Shifter. You had a look at Queensland versus the NT. Yeah,
it was the first of the Division 2 games there at Vizzy, and Queensland came from 13 points down at half-time to win narrowly over the more fancied NT by 7 points. Now, the best for Queensland was a guy that we mentioned last week there, Spring Hill Ruckman, the number 15, Aliir. He dominated in the ruck. He had 21 hit-outs, and Aliir also gathered 13 disposals, really providing great supply for his smaller players. He's got such a team orientation about him. He was terrific. His family, of course, come out to Australia from Kenya, originally from Sudan, and he's settled in very well, making football his game. So he was outstanding. He played, of course, for the world side for a couple of years at under-16 level. So we've seen his rapid development as a player with great potential. So his natural spring, his lateral movement, his reflex handballs were all great features of his game. Also prominent was the live wire medium forward in Brian Coleman-Broom, who last week kicked one of the goals of the day. Well, he was scintillating with his dashes this round as well. He kicked 3 goals and really kept the Scorpions right in the contest. NT's eye catchers included its number 9, Jared Stokes, whose blistering pace and his radar around the goals also help set up his team's lead at half-time. Stokes, whose brother Cameron played with the Hawks, again goaled at the 25 minutes into the last quarter, and the match was very much in the balance at that stage. Another to impress for the Thunder was its 190 centimetre tall forward, its number 4, Sam Audio. Audio from the Palmerston Magpies up there in the NT showed an ability at ground level as well as up in the air, and certainly gave them a key focus up forward. However, in the finish, it was the Queensland Scorpions with Jermaine Wardle that converted to see his team home by a very tight 7 points in what was an entertaining game at Vizzy Park.
Thanks, Shifter. And Mick, you looked at the last game, which was New South Wales ACT Rams, which was played at a very chilly Visy Park by then.
Yeah, it certainly was chilly, Jace. And, you know, a more spirited New South Wales Rams team came out. However, Matty Armstrong's boys were fantastic. They were looking for their second victory in as many weeks. And the conditions might have suited them down there, Jace. And they were fantastic. So they did get across the line. Inaccuracy might have cost the Rams a little bit early. They kicked 1-6 in the first quarter. Number of set shots, number of opportunities there. But unfortunately, the Tasmanians weren't in a very forgiving mood. They were on the hunt and they're eyeing off back-to-back titles. So very impressive. For the Tasmanians, it was number 10, Brendan Kendall. It's medium size, 181 centimetre left footer. Played up forward there. Might have been a bit of a Kevin Bartlett clone, this kid. He's had 11 disposals, no handballs. So he was deadly around goals. He's a Devonport kid. He bagged 5 goals for the day. Very, very impressive. Playing as a small forward, kicked 3 in a very important last quarter. I reckon he sent a bit of a warning out to the NT boys that I'm coming for you. Make sure you got someone ready. Another guy was their number 30, Toby Nankervis. 197 centimetre, key forward ruckman type, big left footer. He was a dominant force around the ground, Jace. He amassed 34 hit-outs for the day. No one got close to rivalling him. 10 possessions and a goal. He definitely caught the eye. Good-sized kid, moves around the ground well, and like I say, certainly showed some aerial dominance. Number 5, Sam Siggins is another guy. He's a 194 centimetre key defender. Having said that, certainly didn't look out of place when he got up the ground, around the wings, whether it was in the air or at ground level. 14 possessions, 7 marks, 3 of those contested. So really nice effort from this kid, and just his ability to win the ball back was impressive. Fantastic game. Also, mentions to Jesse Lonergan and Bryce Walsh there. Both boys again in their best. Jess coming from a knee injury, second game back. And Bryce Walsh just continuing to find the footy and do what he does best. For New South Wales, for the Rams boys, one really jumped out here, Jace. Another eye catcher, and we talk about these kids each week. This kid, Joseph Redfern, number 49, 187 centimetre. Looks bigger than that from where we sat on the day. He's a good size forward, played a big man's game, just really hunted and attacked the footy in the air. Pulled in 6 marks, 4 of those contested, so he can certainly clunk the footy. And I could see a number of people reaching for the records, having a look to find out who the kid was. A very, very eye-catching display. The other one was their number 20, Daniel Robinson. He's a scholarship holder for the Sydney Swans, so one for the Swans fans to look out for over the next year or two. 184 centimetre midfielder, 15 disposals, 4 tackles, 5 clearances and a nice goal. Just looked very good, showed a nice ability to do things on the inside as well as get some ball and use it really efficiently on the outside as well. So, you know, with a bit of luck, the New South Wales boys, a bit of a state of origin going on between Queensland and New South in the last round, so they'll be looking to get on the board at some stage, no doubt.
No worries. Thanks for that, Mick. And Shifter, it all comes to a big climactic finish very soon with round 5 up Wednesday and Thursday.
Yes, here to Etihad Stadium on the Wednesday for Division 1. Those games live on Fox Sports, but free entry. Would love to see people here. So from 3:30 when South Australia play Vic Country, SA still with a chance to win the championship. They'll be relying on Vic Metro to be beaten by WA in the game that follows, but so it's still quite wide open. And we see the return to the championships with Big Joe Danaher. He'll play his second game, so for all the Essendon fans out there, he's well worth watching. Then on Thursday we go down to Simmons Stadium in Geelong again for the climax in Division 2. Tassie have had 2 wins in the round in the Division 2 round to date, so they'll start favourites, but a lot can happen there as well. So it looks like being a wonderful climax to what has been a fantastic championship. And on Friday, Jace, we're actually going to announce the All-Australian side exclusively on AFL.com, so we certainly look forward to that.
Well, that's one to look forward to. Thanks a lot again, boys. And do stay tuned. Friday we'll wrap all the action from what has been a big championships, and I'll even try and put in the top 10 from my thoughts from the champs, with some help from the boys, of course.
Well, we'll be very silent on that. It'll be all up to you, Jace. You pick yours.
Know your stuff, Jace, so we'll back in on this one.
Well, thank you for watching and stay tuned next Friday for our look at all the eye catches.